like
just
that.
the two of us.
Yes.
Also, my first time being on the recaps because I only did look over here last time. But better late than never, and also I actually was available somehow. So let's just say, long story short, work has been busy, but I've actually been able to have some time this week for this. So you're welcome, Logan. Anyways, hello. Welcome to the Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am Brand, your professional friend girl of Constant Dragon video games. Just drinking some coffee, because I woke up kind of late and I kind of needed it. Though I woke up a little earlier than I intended, only getting like, I want to say 4 hours of sleep, but I feel okay somehow.
Good for you.
I don't know. Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead. No, I mean, it's fine. It happens to you because I actually also had not much sleep. It's me, Micha, Persian correspondent, and after having heavily danced last night, I'm drinking cucumber, mint, and strawberry infusion. Yeah, this is real, and this is actually very fun to have it after my swimming workouts. So I think my voice is coming back, and I'm so ready to talk about this episode because some people's Rappin Roast were just as jumbled as the ingredients in this infusion.
That the cucumber infusion, though, that really helps a lot post hangover. Though thankfully I did not get a hangover. I just was tired. And I did, and like I always do after a night out, I do mellow out with like some hydration of sort to make sure I don't be
dehydrated.
Well, hydrate, but also not inebriated, because we don't drink and drive in this podcast. Yeah, for context, I usually have my last drink 2 hours before I have to drive, and then I hydrate in the process or have something else, and it'll always go under. But anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this episode of Down Under versus the World, which was very delightful.
Indeed.
I gotta say, as I'm watching the season, and obviously I haven't been on any of the recaps until now, this season is really starting to heat up, and I love it. So, like the first few episodes, it's like obviously getting their footing because I love the first episode, and then obviously with the gag of Raven not actually competing. Okay, I didn't mind it. I really didn't. Yes, a lot of fans did complain, like, but hey, like again, if Raven, I did really see a scenario where Raven would be able to compete, but then at that point I was like, you know what, like use it for the gag. I really don't care. Like, is it bad optics? Sure. But at the same time, like, again, these queens are still trying to give good TV. And that's really what Down Under really is, to me, at least. And also, like, I mean, with this challenge today, this was good.
Yeah. This was totally good.
But before we get into anything else, please make sure to like and subscribe, because we're here almost all the time, give you all things drag. And oh boy, I don't know if you saw the announcement yesterday, and I'm very excited. DragRace Philippines is about to come back, and you best believe I'm going to be there for the cast assessment because I am so fucking ready. And I'm so excited. Anyway, but yeah, like with Canada now off the docket, we're about to add Philippines to it, which I'm very excited. We also got the Latino Royale. We also got France. We also have Solo Las Mas. All the stuff, all the drag you need to know. And then also a lot of going on in the Cup TV realm because Big Brother, oh boy, it's a lot. Just a lot of reality TV in general. And also make sure to follow our social media. And also Cup Mug promo here. You can get your Cup Mug at latagcreation.etsy.com. That link will be in the link in the description below, and also in the QR code right above Misha's head. Get your Cup Mug today. All right, let's get into this because I don't want to stall any longer. So we go back into the workroom. Estrella is gone. I'm sad.
Yeah,
I love her energy. Like I I feel like she's a contender for Miss Congeniality this season.
Absolutely. I think like she's by far and away maybe the queen with the most equity of Miss C. And it's going to be quite a trend for Espana queens to be Miss Congenialities of different versus the world franchises, because we already had Arancha.
We had Arancha. We also had Anita Wiglet. So
yeah, well, Anita is not exactly from Espana, but yeah, you get the point.
Well, I know, but like what I mean by like from different franchises of the different home countries. So, for example, obviously, Arancha for UK versus the world, Anita Wiglet from Down Under, who participated in Canada versus the world. So, I don't know who else was it for the most recent Canada versus the world, what have you, but.
For the second one, actually, yeah, completely blanking. But for the last UK versus the world, was it Serena Morena? So it was also Hispanic queen.
Yes.
For season 3. Yeah, so that's interesting. But yeah, Australia far and away is gunning for it. If only her mirror message doesn't kind of spoil this congeniality legacy, because that is very interesting. Not even knowing what lipstick Art had in her titty, because Art Simone kind of lost the lip sync last week, or maybe threw it, as she said, as she almost confirmed herself on her podcast on the Kickins.
Yes.
Yeah, so actually, Art chose Australia's lipstick as well, just as Miss Jade So did, but Australia left a mirror message, basically, thanking everybody, saying you're phenomenal, now you're sisters for life, and Art for the win. And so Art Simone was like, like the butthole is clenched. The last thing I need already, maybe like Australia is really meaning the best for me, said Art in the voiceover. But actually, she's kind of making the target on my back even bigger now with 3 wins, and also Australia rooting for me to take the crown. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, this was an interesting encounter, and obviously, when we saw the crown under Art, I was just like, and then Jay was like, "Did you write that?" So, and then Jade wipes the mirror message in a very sultry / slutty way, and I was living for it. And then everyone's like, maybe we should get Jade to wipe off every mirror message.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously when they get back to the couch, obviously, as you said, Art also chose Estrella. And then, of course, Vibe had a sigh of relief, be like, oh, yes. And Art did account for track record for Estrella, which accounted for, yes, because Vibe did a lot better as the season went on. And then Vibe just says, everything's a dildo if you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, yes.
Especially given after this small convo, the last one before we head into the new day, that maybe the Australian girls are not going to play nice anymore, because we have still the balance. The balance is very right. This is what I'm enjoying about this season in particular, as opposed to Latino Royale. Unfortunately, as we really have a very even playing field of like half and half between Down Under girls versus the international girls, and this trend, spoiler, continues. So yeah, I mean, this is very cool, because sometimes we have both girls from Down Under in the top, sometimes we have both of them in the bottom. So far, I mean, this is very good, like chess wise and just like competition wise. It makes it more exciting and more.
We do get a balance of how these tops and bottoms are, which I do appreciate. So and then we get a bit from Michael, which was like, I was really so close to the win, and I agree. Last week, I really thought Michael should have been in the top at least. Well, she was in the top, but for the top 2. Oh, and I have to discuss, because I wasn't here last week. Thank God they did Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan 1999, because I was living. Because like once I heard,
I adore this song. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I love the song so much. So any moment I get to hear Charlie on as a lip sync, and then obviously the collab with Troye, and very fitting for Down Under. So Period.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with this. But yeah, I know that not all Aussie queens are living for this song. In particular, not only Art, who was like, oh my God, I don't know how to lip sync to this, so I'm basically throwing this up. But also now twice Hannah Conda on this very recent episode of the Geek-Ons with Art Simone saying that this like the twink interns of Down Under, Either versus the World, just regular seasons, must call me to choose the Australian lip sync songs for them, because she was like, she means no words, saying that she hates this song basically. So I mean, oh Hannah, but yeah,
I mean, okay, so because it's a versus the world, I feel like they were trying to diversify their, like, I guess, music prowess of sorts. Again, I don't know who chooses these songs, but like, I mean, again, and if it's a song I know I'll be excited. So, but yes. All right. So anyway, so we get into the workroom the next day. Michelle walks in looking very, very good, as she always does. And then no mini challenge, goes straight into the Maxi challenge explanation, and we're getting a Rappin Roast. First time in Down Under history, which I love so much.
And just the time overall, so I mean, it's still a very novel challenge after All Stars 10 and 11. So, yeah.
Very recent, and I'm actually loving that they're like adding this to the international franchises. So good on them. So as the winner of last week's challenge, Jade gets to pick the order, and then they're all getting ready, and they're also explaining what like roast culture is like for different countries. So Lala Ray talked about how she was about to be on a roast, but she got eliminated the episode before. So this is her first roast, which is wild to think about.
Yeah, in a sense. But actually, it's been funny because we have a very unique dynamic. We have 2 roast winners and 5 people who've never done a roast. So, I mean, of the top 7 which stays, which is really wild. We have Michael and Vibe winning their respective roasts, with Michael arguably delivering the best roast performance of the entire franchise. Pretty much like one of literal best. And Vibe also being like very strong at winning, and 5 people who have never done the roast.
I know. I mean, Jade kind of did like what was it, a reading / roast type thing on her season for the reading challenge, but
yeah, you can say so. Yeah.
I mean, but it's different from an actual actual rapping roast and a roast in general. So, but yeah.
Yeah, we had people who had done very, very, very well in the reading challenge, like Art Simone, for instance, on Australia on Down Under 1, or Lala, at least on All Stars 8 was very, very good in reading challenge as well. I don't think she
did good, but I don't think she won. So
yeah.
But yeah, so roast. So they're actually talking about roast cultures in different countries. So obviously in the U.S. is just like going balls a blazing, but obviously try not to offend. Australia specifically, they try not to like they don't want to be too mean about it. Like, yes, they can like do like playful shade, but it's not like how U.S. is like. And then my favorite part, and I'm very knowledgeable about this, the Philippines, when they roast each other. Jade explains how if they do like a roast event, it's always sold out and they cannot record. Which I absolutely love, because Jade how explains it is it's basically like all hands on deck, and also or anything goes. So like they can go in and be mean, but at the same time also be very nice about it, because obviously a roast is supposed to be like playful, not mean spirited. So
that was very interesting to hear. So basically they don't record in order not to like spoil the jokes, and not for people not to basically got mixed stuff out of their respective Filipino Nikki Glazers. Not sorry to bring this up. I mean, If Gottmik wasn't sorry, why should I be? But yeah, but also yeah, it's very cool to hear because already even like for the international audience like who's never been to Philippines like me, it was very apparent that roast culture is very cool in Philippines because we've seen it already how roasty and shady queens can be on all Filipino seasons and not only and just online in general to each other. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But the non-recording kind of adds an extra layer to it. So.
Yes. So they get to listen to their track while they're talking about all this, and Michael's already like planning in her head what she's gonna do. Oops, excuse me. Sorry. God damn it. Coffee always makes me gassy. I don't know why.
That happens.
So yeah, and then after Jade explains everything, she calls for her brothers.
Yeah, and it's not the last time this episode she's gonna
not
do this.
The last time.
It's very interesting, yeah, to say the least.
And gets to announce the order on how this roast will go. So in order, it's going to be Miss Jade So, Floor, Coco Jumbo, Michael Maruli, Vibe, Art, and Lala Ree. So very good order, kind of balance between how things will go here. So after the order was announced, also I love that she like even showed on camera like order she was gonna do, and like I was like, wait, I can actually see the writing. So,
but also it was very funny that Floor didn't pop off because just like minutes before she announced the order, they were discussing her and Floor how Miss Jade is going to approach strategically the order, and she was like, basically, I want to do good, bad, and so Floor being after her. Literally, and before Coco, like assuming she was the order master. So, yeah. But Flo like had absolutely like a poker face, especially given that Flo can go off like she did on episode 2, notoriously. But no, Flo was like taking it as a champ. Maybe she was thinking, okay, maybe Miss J thought about herself that she's gonna be like shit, and I'm gonna be the good one. So.
Yes. So the order was set, and now that the order is set, now they're going to get ready. And before they get ready, Lala and Jade decides to bless and cleanse the area because obviously in episodes past of this season, if you are in a workstation with Lala, you will get eliminated. So I love this bit because I was like, they're just basically just being stupid, and I love it. And also, can we get a interaction of Miss Jade So and Paolo Profession, please?
Absolutely, yeah. This is one of our dreams collectively. I think they're gonna be like so
okay. After Miss Jade So did the Universe for Snatch game, and I was like, okay, we need a Paolo like interaction now. And then, of course, with this cleansing of the mirror, I was just like, oh, yeah, this is definitely Paolo. Like, the fact that Miss Jade So and Paolo Profession gives the definition of pretty but stupid in the best way.
It's just, I mean, they can do a podcast together. They can do anything together, like a web series, anything where they don't even like have to be in the same room. I think they're just gonna work it out because they must do it. They must do it. Just like the thing is also very interesting that with Jade, it's kind of literally like such a played character that we're not always sure that she's in on the joke. Not to like bring the vibe down, but unfortunately not the vibe from DragRace Down Under, but unfortunately with recent events, I'm not sure that literally it's like maybe it's like her literal headspace. Whilst with Paolo, we're absolutely sure that Paolo is like a troll who's basically very much in on the joke, everything they do about cleansing and universe and whatnot. So like,
I mean, I will say this: watching Miss Jade So's My Untucked Life on WoW Presents Plus, like it gives me her insight on how she is like outside, because like it basically highlighted her on vacation. So obviously it was a more like reeled in version of her, but you can still see like some of the chaos like she's known for. So which I love. So but yeah, like but with Paolo, because like I do watch the Van Gogh vlogs because like both and Paolo like literally hang out like almost every single day now. So Which yes, I love that. So after cleansing the mirror, we get to more conversations, especially with Michael Maruli's career in Gran Canaria. Obviously, she highlighted that in UK5 and also re-highlighted this here, and like it just shows how like much work Michael Maruli has gone through to like get to this, because obviously we saw the roast in UK5 as well. Again, one of the best roasts we've seen. And the fact that for what she does in Gran Canaria is like you got to be like quick-witted, like working with like a lot of people, obviously tourists as well. Which is so like when I think about drag artists like working in all like these resort towns. So like think in the US with like Fire Island, Provincetown, Palm Springs, even though I consider this a like resort, but everyone goes to it, Market Days in Chicago. Like it just shows how many like queens just like still want to entertain, like for people, like for the out of towners to like be, because like I do remember this when I went to Fire Island 3 years ago. Everyone was like, "Where are you from?" And then like everyone like says where they're from, and then of course we get the obscure what was it? I think I remember they said they were from like Oregon, and they were like, "Wait, you came all the way to Fire Island to see us?" And I mean,
Yeah.
I don't blame them, and I'm just like, yeah. And mind you, this was a bachelorette party, so I was like, okay, I can see why this is like going here. So especially with Gran Canaria, because obviously that's
Absolutely.
a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like a crossroad of so many countries, and also because so many breeds go there, and I believe like plenty of people from the UK go there specifically to see like drag and Michael as well, because they're so established, especially now after all this stuff. But also because it's like literally a very like resorty crossroad of the entire Europe, whilst being actually geographically in Africa. This is hilarious, like an African geological play. But so I mean, and Michael has been there, done that, and finally incorporated some Spanish into their vocabulary, which we're gonna bring up in the roast as well. But also on a more serious note, we have a very touching thing from Art, because like Art, as usual, we almost never see vulnerable at all, like in her 2 seasons, because she's like a pro, and here we like almost see her tearing down, saying that it's like such a bummer that Australian drag queens in particular are known to like have this like zip their upper lip and not uplift each other, and it's like such a big thing in Australian culture not to like praise anyone, and not like to give flowers, and sometimes it gets to you and can like really bring you down, especially when you feel so successful, but you can feel like so alone and so vulnerable because of it, because like people have this like stigma, then okay, success equals like not congratulating you, or like I don't know, actively avoiding you, or basically cold showering you. And actually she talked more about this on her pod with Hannah Conde and Max the drag queen this week, and they were all like people, let's like turn the tide over. I think it was in Melbourne, recorded as usual, as they usually do. So like people, let's turn the tide over, let's give the flowers to every of our artists, because like we deserve it, all of our trailblazers deserve it, like everybody deserves it. Like it was very
it, and especially since like her drag career like kind of started after she got mugged as a teenager. So which is very like a lot to like think about just as a teenager. And of course she did get diagnosed with PTSD and severe anxiety because of that, which I can like, I feel that. I was like, damn, that this is just a lot to take in. So using drag as an outlet to like show like her vulnerable side was actually like really powerful to know. So
and she was like 13 at the time, but also it's very cool to hear not only her like bounce back story, but basically how afterwards, as she was still a very young teen, she started to feel so empowered in drag. Then she was like, in drag nothing can happen to me, and that was part of her therapy, basically part of her recovery. And that was so cool to hear that.
Yes. So we love you, Art. All right. Shall we get to the runway?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Dum, dum. Whee!
And we got Keenan Lonsdale back. Oh my god!
Yeah,
like,
I'm so happy.
Yes. Okay. So it's been a minute, but I first had to look up the name because I was like, wait, he is familiar, and I had forgotten that he was a guest judge on All Stars 4.
Yes, and also he was guest judge on Down Under 3 in the
Mm-hmm.
Snatch Game. Both of the time he was in Snatch Game. On All Stars 4, it was Snatch Game of Love with Gus Kenworthy, and Down Under 3, it was just Snatch Game. The ordinary one.
Yeah, but for both Snatch Games.
It's his third time. Yeah, first time as a Rose, but he looks like as snatched as he was in 2018. Oh my God, All Stars 4 was like 8 years ago, but also Love Simon was 8 years ago, and I think that was his big break outside of Australia, because it was also 2018 when Love Simon like came out worldwide.
Yes, I do remember that. Yes.
Yeah, and so it basically was the same year with the All Stars 4 that he was like introduced to all the global audience, and he's so hot. And I love Keenan. I mean, he's also such a great guest judge. Yeah, and he's a great guest judge also. So he's not just like a guest hot person to sit give nothing burger. No, he's like invested every time he's in. So I'm so
no, he is great. I love him so much. And given his what is it, all of the stuff that he's done, I had also forgotten that he was in The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl within the whole CW superhero franchise. I was like, wait, again, that's why I knew him, because like I did watch The Flash, so that's how I was familiar with him. And then obviously All Stars 4, and like you said, with Love Victor for Love Simon of all that. So no, yeah. I was like, this name was familiar, and I couldn't get my tongue on it, and I was like, wait a damn minute. So I was like, yes, I remember from All Stars 4 now. So period. This outfit is everything. Also, this panel this week is stunning.
Yeah, I love how the color coordinated in like not the most obvious way, but Lazy Susan being her mustard self. I mean, I was surprised. I'm gonna just say basically, yeah, dress as a chopstick drip in mustard. Why not? Like,
not the chopsticks.
I mean, or like curry something, or like I don't know. Looking at her, I'm remembering the drag king from King of Drag to cast reveal Twinka Masala name for some reason. Just the color.
Shout out to Twinka Masala.
Shout out to Twinka Masala. But yeah, also like having a bit of mustard on Keenan with this like veil, so cool. Michelle looks very interesting because it's like such an interesting take on kind of a leopard print, although it's not a leopard print, it's like falcon print or something. Like,
so it's the same black and white print that I believe Vibe had in the first week.
Maybe
it's black and white, but in this like gold accent, which obviously I love. Also, Michelle in a pantsuit, just period.
Yeah.
And oh my god, his pants. So, and then of course Reese with this of course the basic suit, but I love the blazer, so I have to put that out there. Also, they talk about what their rap name would be. Lazy Susan starts with Cling Rap, and I was like, yes. And then Reese called himself Post Gender Malone.
Yeah, well, I loved it.
And then Keenan called himself Thick Shady. And then Michelle called herself Lil Slutty.
Yeah.
Now, as Michelle,
Post Gender Malone is the best one. Yeah.
Yes. Post Gender Malone is the best one. Now, with Michelle as Lil Slutty, I thought she would go in on herself more, if I'll be honest. A little bit because obviously Jersey. So, like to me, it should have been Leopard Slutty, not Lil.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. By the way, this is a great name.
But yes. All right. So we get into the roast. Now, I talked about this with Micha before we started. So you're gonna gag at this. So when I was taking notes on this, I took the liberty on watching the roast twice and also pulling the lyrics from every single queen on here. So we will talk about majority of the lyrics that I pulled. We're going in order on of what they did, but also can we talk about this shot here because everyone here is stunning. I do want to highlight Michael and Lala's outfits here because I was just living for it. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So first up, we start with Jade. Again, starting out with brothers. Daliana on this track with my sword on my lap, about to give this on these hoes, my little gang, and a bop. Also, the number of references to Mr. Bean in this entire roast, I'm just like, where is this coming from?
Floor impressed everyone so much in such a specific way. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it was easy to roast here with this.
And then also with Jade, roasting every single person, either referencing as their brother or their uncle.
Yeah, in Tagalog.
So for Flora specifically, my attention-seeking brother, calling Art my gay uncle, calling Vibe my big animal uncle, calling Michael Maruli my brisk uncle, calling Coco my elephant pet. And I still remember that pet, what was it? That pet commentary from Philippines 3 from John Feliciaga. And I was just like, that was the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh, okay, we're going there now. And then also in reference to Coco, Coco, she put her jumbo as the Dumbo. I was like, oh, here we go. Also, the number of Dumbo references in this too.
Also, yeah, quite a lot, yeah.
And then also my Capra buddy for Lala. And then brothers got roasted, bon appetit. They call me Maganda or beautiful. Wish I could say the same bitch. So the references to just uncles, brothers, everything with Jade is just again, I don't know what goes through Jade's mind, but it just feels very unhinged, and I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of given both unhinged, maybe a bit, not roasty enough at parts. With all the references to uncles and brothers, I thought like, is she going almost like the Carrie Colby route when it's gonna be like, I just gonna name drop somebody like in Rappin Roast, and not gonna really for the jugular, but it still was very fun. It was cute, and yeah.
And then when we go to rankings, well, I'll do my rankings at the end because like we're going in order of the queens that they went. So in my opinion here, Jade did like pretty good. I just like as the roast went on, there were like people who did a lot better than her. I mean nothing bad. So like when we first, because she went first, like it was already giving top contender energy, and then when everyone else started going, I was like, okay, we'll see how everyone goes. So, all right, next up we got Floor. Already starting off at a dig to Miss Jade. So with Miss Jade is stuck in the galaxy. Tiny brain, what a dumb ass bee. Vibe, could you please shut up? That forehead is bigger than the future hun. Now, I want to jump ahead to like talking about the kind of the judges' critiques when they say that. So I was just like, yeah, because can you please shut up is a little harsh. It's not like a read, dig, or a dig. So I mean, I get it. Coco, you drive me crazy. You make my head explode, and you smell like poo poo. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah, that was kind of, the problem with Flo for me was that she was kind of giving very Roxy Andrews on the very first roast ever energy with RuPaul,
Yeah.
or like Alyssa, where they basically were like, could you shut up with your no drag knowledge mouth, or something like this, where it was just kind of observational, but without like the punchline, so it came off much cruder than it should have been.
Yes, correct.
We'll talk about it also, during the judges' critiques, but I think, the bottom two, of which Flo made one half, was correct for exactly the opposing reasons, because one of them didn't go for the jugular at all, and the other one was just, it was kind of insulty in both English and Spanish, so it was like bilingual insults without actually the funny payoff.
Yeah.
For me.
And then also dig into Art. Now, Art, you think you know everything, always in your head, can't wait to see you fail. I mean, that's already a self-dig, like, kind of in a way, which, because we already know that. Lala, I will send you home. She prepares the look Emborrachada. They didn't get the translation for Emborrachada, so I was like, wait, what does that mean? So
that's something like almost like in your head or full of yourself, something to that order, I think.
Maybe. I mean, when she starts, but she prepares her look. So, but yeah. And then now give her some glasses because she looks like a pinata. And then to Michael, she gets an 8 and her makeup A. She thinks she's the shit and it'll pull her rail. So, yeah, I didn't think this was much of a dig. I mean, yeah, she has good makeup, but like, I mean, to me, she is the shit. So,
yeah. Legit.
But yeah, so Flora just didn't have enough bite when it comes to a lot of her roasts. All right, next up we got Coco. Okay, here we go again. It's Jumbo on the mic. It's the Lion's Den. Jade's so young, petite, and gorgeous. Ass so fat, but she practically bore us. Hooly Julie, it's Michael Maruli. Acts like posh, but she's actually scary. Now that I liked.
Yeah, that was good because like a Spice Girls reference. Why not? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Now I love this line. 1, 2, 3. She's on the floor. Floor, which I like.
Yeah.
What can I say, girl? You're just a whore. Also pretty good, but I feel like it's just a rhyme to like try to get into it. Glamour up top, but the party's down south. If you could only get that dick out your mouth. Now that's funny.
Yeah. I loved her dick to Art as well.
Yeah. Here's a toast to my sister Vibe. May the biggest bitch win. Am I saying that right? So between Coco and Vibe being the 2 plus size girls, which I was like, okay. Even though Vibe has lost some weight, so. Next on the block we have Lala Reed, the baddest bitch. Are you kidding me? Not much of a dig.
To read, yeah.
AR, don't forget the T. I love where this is going. That means nothing. Well, it does to me.
To me, yeah, that was one of the best digs actually, yeah, because if you remember the legendary, the first ever Art Simone vulnerable moment all the way back on Down Under 1, when producer was like, but you are here, when she was first eliminated, and Dada's like crying her eyes out, that means nothing. And it's like such an iconic moment, yeah. For Art especially.
Yep. So Coco had some digs. I was just I guess when it came to like some of the content delivery could have been a little better. So
yeah,
but some of these like lyrics, just looking at it, I was just like, okay, like there were some good ones in here, so I can't really.
There were some good ones. I think it's just like a question. If we remember the recent. To compare the recent Rappin Roast of All Stars 11, I think it was kind of like sugarcane in a sense that there was some good material. It was just like very, I would say, lightly executed and like not in a very jabby way. So yeah, I understand why Coco was like it didn't feel like as punchy or as cutting as she could have go. So yeah.
All right, next up we got Michael Maruli. Baby.
Coats are what?
Yeah.
Coats are for what?
Coats are for what? Start off right off the bat. Good job. Coco, no neck bitch, you ain't ever gonna win. You break chairs, you got hairs on your chinny chin chin. I'll feed you the truth because it's deep fried. Your saboteur is supposed to be on the inside. That was good. That was good. Lala, no to the Megan, but yes to the stallion. But wait, it gets better. Look at those hooves, bitch. You've been galloping. Because again, Lala is very tall. Like I actually got to see Lala a couple times, and like yeah, she is very tall. That galloping, that was nasty, and I loved it. Gollum in a dress, Art, please retire. Now that was good too.
The second part is even better. The sex appeal of a school bus fight. Yeah,
with your tagline right now, Micha.
Yeah.
You've got all the sex appeal of a school
bus fire. That was genius. That was my favorite line.
Not only genius, but I was just like, who would have thought you would go from retire to a school bus fire? Damn. Now I need to think of like the school bus fire she's referencing because I've known seen like obviously no children in it, obviously. So, but I'm just thinking to myself, damn, that was good. Now, also one of my favorite lines, you bogan bin chickens on a didgeridoo. You all talk like your mother's fucked kangaroos.
To all Aussie girls all at once. Yeah.
No, literally. It's like that gives the same energy of when Raja did the boogers read to everyone.
Yeah, that was so great. Yeah.
So like Miss Trunchbull swallowed up Matilda, Flora mi amor, such an angry little man. And I kind of agree with that because like sometimes Flora can get a little angry in a way. And of course, the Mr. Bean joke still going. Mr. Bean and a bulldog in a frying pan. And then last but not least with Miss Jade So, the sugar daddy gives Godessa money to undress her scream manifest that hoe back to the Philippines. But the way she said it, back to the Philippines.
Yeah, it was great.
Period.
Because Michael used the vocals also very, very, very cool because she was like basically sing, talking, and both parts were executed very well. Because when she was rapping, it was very on rhythm, and when she was like singing a few notes, they were also so good. But we knew that Michael can deliver, and this was just, I think that we'll get to the rankings later on, but yeah, that was like a top-notch. Fantastic roast, like so many great jabs, great funnies, also original reads, which is
very original, so which I absolutely love. All right, next up we got Vibe. Starting off right off with a jab to Floor. Remember season 3, Floor? Nah, me either. Or the way she said it, nah, me neither. It's the reason Rue escaped and did the book tour after. that was a good read on Rue. That was a good read on Rue.
Michelle was like laughing a lot, and for good reason.
No, the cut to Michelle, like that killed me. So that was everything. Now let me speak truly about Michael Maruli. Good rhyme there. Bald, busted, and musty, and the face is unruly. The bald, good. Busted, and musty. So now I wouldn't say the face is unruly, but I mean for a roast, I get to see where she was going. Like Maruli, unruly. So Art Simone, that clown is desperate for a crown. I'm patiently waiting for this season's meltdown. Another jab at obviously Art Simone with having the meltdown.
Yes, referencing the exact same "this means nothing" moment. Yes.
Yep. And what's her face? Lala retiree.
Yeah.
The weakest one here outside of Coco's knees. So the jab at Lala and Coco.
Double one.
Thank God she's gorgeous, but not much of a thinker. She can count her own IQ with one hand and one finger. That was also one of my good favorite lines. And then finally that leads to the Godessa, the esoteric diva that's the best of the best, yeah. Thank you for saving me and sending Estrella. I thank you when I win and let the universe bless you.
Yeah, and she was pointing middle fingers.
And then my favorite line from Vibe herself. Sorry, sis, I left my foot off your neck, but we are well overdue for a fucking vibe check. Period. Just period. Obviously with Michael and Vibe's history of their roast, obviously I knew they were going to do well. So that was very period. Like period.
That was great.
All right, next up we got Art. Hello, it's okay. So I do want to jump in like to critiques here as well, because like I do agree with this. Art had a lot of syllables that was not enunciated. So I'll try my best to like read through most of the stuff that she said, like word for word, the way that she's trying to explain it, because again, the jokes were there, it just wasn't clear. So hello, it's Melbourne. Made Art now a global threat. You all just debuted while on the season you won't forget. So good talking about herself, which is good there. Sydney's sister Vibe, she's the ultimate showgirl, but when she shows us girl, call and let me know. Now that was another good one. So hey, down to the bottom floor, pick myself a lipstick. Again, the floor, like the actual floor references for floor, like that's also smart for everyone. Which I mean, I feel like I would have done the same if I would have done something with floor. So, and then queens are two-faced, but by the look, she has 6. Okay, that was another good one. I just feel like I don't think Floor has that many faces.
Yeah. Maybe a reference
order Coco Jumbo to get your hit. She's hot, she's bitter, overpriced, and gives you the shits. Another one, but she kind of like ran that line too quickly. So from across the pond, she thinks she's royalty. She may be a queen, but she's Camila, not Lizzie.
Camila, not Lizzie was also one of my faves, I think.
Yeah, that was another good one. So also, I love this one. Filipina Pocket Princess, perfect little pet. Another pet reference, which I never thought. Cost Jade stacks from her work done at the vet. Woof. That was. I don't even know how to explain that.
This reminds me a bit of references to Georgia's being so tiny. She could have been basically a dog in somebody's lap. Like, was it Vanjie who said that Georgia's men like to give her?
I believe so.
Yeah. That was...
Oh my god, that All Stars 9 felt like a blur to me. So, and then Lala Ree back again for this race. She has to spike her makeup sponge to go near her face. I didn't understand this one as much. Like, I understand like spiking the makeup sponge, but at the same time, I was just like, But I will say this was also one of my favorite reads for Michelle. Been on just as many as Michelle's tits, but at least they knew when to cut, run, and quit.
Yeah.
That was also one of my favorite lines for Art. So that. All right. Last but not least, with Lala Ree, peasants, I bless them. About to give them give a lesson. Let's take a ride and catch a real vibe. This one knock off ass Trixie. Monotone bitch, give me nothing. Whitney on to Coco, the Jumbo Dumbo. Again, another reference to Dumbo. But the monotone bitch, I was like, yep, I see that too. That coconut you wore was a big ass no. Michael Maruli, you really are a foolie. Thinking you want to tap, haha, girl, stop. Floor hit the door, you really gotta go. Another good one. Floor hit the door, you really gotta go.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm sick of looking at this praying mantis ass ho. Art Simone, congrats on your win. Sis, I really hope you use that money to invest on a new chin. Jade, there's something you should know. The universe told me to say it real slow. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was really good.
Lala's delivery of this entire verse just proved herself why she was here to be here. And like, again, being from Atlanta, just showed like the way she was here. All right, now to my rankings. Lala was number 1 for me. Because like the way that she delivered every single verse in her roast was just immaculate. Number 2 for me was Michael Maruli, because again we knew what her chops were and it was great. 5 was number 3. I had Jade at number 4. Now this is where it gets tricky for me for 5, 6, and 7. So originally, when I first initially ranked it, I actually had Floor at 5th. So after reading through the lyric content, I'm actually gonna bump Coco to 5th because of the jabs that Coco had. And then unfortunately I'm gonna move Floor to 6 because of the fact that again she had the reads but there was no bite. And then unfortunately I did have Art at number 7 because of the enunciation.
Interesting.
Yes.
I would have quite a different top 7 starting from the bottom. I think Floor was my dead last, unfortunately. At number 6 would be Coco because of the delivery. I don't think the jabs were as effective. I actually didn't have much of a problem with that pronunciation at all. For me, it was like a very much Michelle from All Stars 10 giving the same critique to both Lydia and Tina. And actually, in neither of the 3 cases, I had any problems, much like Chaperone on All Stars 10. I understood like Art from the get-go. Yeah, it was wordy, but I mean, it's a rap. And I don't think she needs to be. So for me, like my number 6 would be Coco, as I said. My number 5 would be actually Jade. It's going to be low save, but just compared to everybody else, it just didn't feel as punchy with all these uncles and brothers. And my number 4 would be Art because I think although it was wordy and maybe like she could have worked on clear enunciation, it was like still understandable perfectly. And like especially there were more lines I personally found hilarious, like with Lizzie and Camila. But the top 3 was actually the actual top 3. My number 3 would be Vibe. My number 2 would be Lala, but very, very close. And number 1 would be Michael Maruli. But I mean, they were all very, very close for me. So that would be like.
Yeah, the top 3 is very close. So I can't really complain with like what our rankings were. And I love how our rankings are actually different. Like the dichotomy of me having Art last and you have Art 4th. I do understand. For me, again, this is just a me thing. Like the enunciation is what drives the delivery when it comes to how the rap will go. Like especially when Michelle said that like the sentence and syllables can get lost in a little bit, which like when it comes to me, like I mean I'm guilty of this sometimes, and of course like I gotta hear that enunciation because like I do talk fast. To make sure that I know what you're saying, especially when it comes to like, these type of raps. So again, that's just me. I'm not trying to shoot the messenger. I'm just like trying to like explain my process. So yeah. All right. So we get into judges' critiques. And when she called people to call forward, he basically named the tops and bottoms and just left Jade alone. Be like, Jade, you're safe. Also, really quick as well, because the way that she exited the runway. Who had your favorite runways this week? And we'll talk about more looks on Look Over Here, obviously.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was the category was diamonds.
Diamonds are a queen's best friend.
Yeah, queen's best friend. For me, the best looks were probably Jade for the sheer concept of it all in the foolishness, and Michael also for the concept, because I would never in a million years like thought of this basically being inside this like diamond already like polished diamond, which was so cool. And I love the structure because it was kind of the same as you see the bacteria effect, like the positive virus under the microscope and the diamond. It was so cool and so edgy, and nobody else thought about it. But if we talk about like more minimalist looking girls, I actually enjoyed Art's looks very much. It was also an interesting take because it was very different, like this small, but very sparkly, shiny dress with that almost Catherine Turner wig if she would go platinum, like diamond. Yeah, so probably those were my highlights. But yeah, Jade and Michael.
No, okay, so I'll be honest about Jade. So like while I liked it, like, so the thing is with me with that look specifically, like I love that it's a huge cloak, and then of course we see like her outfit and like the inside. I felt with the diamond concept, I feel like there could have been like more diamonds like on the outfits itself. Like, I don't know the best way I can describe it, but it's just like, it just feels like the over exaggeration, which I don't mind because like that's what Filipino drag is. So which what have you, but at the same time I was like, maybe if she like did a little bit more with the inside outfit than just the cloak. So that's just me though. So but I will say my favorite was Michael's because obviously the diamond shape, not only with the head, but like obviously the dress. Because like I'll be honest, I think I would have also gone literal with it. So that was a good on her. And then also with the sparks added as well with the presentation, that was a nice touch. And then between, I believe, was it Floor and Vibe? Trying to remember, like obviously the same type of dress, but very like that one I really enjoyed as well. And then I did agree with you with what was it with Art, like like all the diamond maximalist stuff, and then even like the diamond boot cover was actually a nice touch. Obviously, like I got immediate Gaga vibes immediately from it because it reminded me of I believe it was her like from the Bad Romance music video with all those diamonds. So because like, that's what it reminded me of. So.
Yeah, but actually, I think all three of them, Flow, Vibe, and Art, could have been like different versions of Bad Romance video because they were all so cool. And with like shout out to Lala because not only the look was beautiful, maybe like not my favorite, but really, really good, but also she went a completely different route, like basically a blood diamond, like red and black. And also that kind of tied to the Lipsync song as well, although she was not in that look anymore.
No, she wasn't in that look, no.
Still very, very interesting how it was like color coded all throughout the episode for her.
But yes. All right. So Jade was called safe, and we get a top 3, and we agreed with this. Top 3 of Michael, Lala, and Vibe. Yes. I agreed with this because I was like, okay, we are due for both a Michael, well, for all 3 rather, Michael, Lala, and Vibe wins. And then we get a top 2 of Michael and Lala. Yes.
It's very good. And I believe our first full international top 2, like not without Down Under Queens so far.
It was Michael and Jade the first week.
Obviously.
So
second one.
So the second one this season. So I was like very happy to see this. Yeah. So, and then we do get a bottom 3 of Art, Floor, and Coco, leaving the suspense of who's going to be low safe. And it ultimately became Floor and Coco, with Art ultimately being safe. Now this I get why, because since Art was literally 3 challenge wins in a row, and then this is her first bottom placement. So and she even said in Untucked that this was like her challenge that she was very nervous about. So obviously, like, I wouldn't say she like gave up, but she kind of knew she wasn't going to win. But yeah, I do also want to highlight with during the judges' critiques, Lala talked about how her dad had a big influence on her when it came to this roast, specifically because Lala's dad grew up as Lala's dad was a DJ while Lala was growing up, and that's what all Lala would listen to, obviously, which was great. and this kind of like showed. And then of course, considering what was going on with Lala at the time, at the time of recording, I was like, oh wow, this is very personal to Lala, and I love every single minute of this.
Yeah, true. So
yeah. Okay, so we get into Untucked, and what do we see in the workroom?
Oh my god. Yeah.
I had to include this because this was everything. So obviously you can see Jade in this cloak, and then you see the queens walking in. Well, I just have the screenshot of Lala and Floor coming in, and then Lala was like, "What is happening?" And then okay, Jade, you need to time it better. You should have just well, then again, she couldn't see, so I wish you could have gotten a cue of when everyone came out. But at the same time, like, again, that wasn't her fault. So, but this was too hilarious to me, and the way that she walked out of this in the runway was just like the shimmy to her left. I was like, like, I need this as like a screen grab for like just like when you walk in and then it's just like or like you walk into something and it's just also her hands, Jade's hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like very very fun surprise. What was going on there?
Yeah. Jade, you stupid bitch, I love you.
Yeah, but then she asks for tops and bottoms. She gets the responses, and yeah, the top two start deliberating over the bottom two. But the funny part is, of course, Lala and Floor's very interesting interaction, because we all know that Floor was feeling some type of way about Lala, and when they were both in the bottom week one, Floor basically was trying to throw Lala under the bus, and Jade was the one actually who called out this to Lala, and yeah. This is, by the way, where we get the bulldog line for Michael Maruli, who described Floor as a bulldog chewing on a wasp all the way back in episode 2, because Floor was so pissed and upset and like holding this grudge for half an episode. And so Lala was like, frenemies. She literally said it to Floor's face, like, frenemies. Should
frenemies.
I say? Yeah, and also it's very interesting because we see like of the bottom two, Lala is clearly more connected to Coco, saying like Coco. First of all, she was like trying to comfort her down, console her as they were discussing like everybody even before they went in their respective corners to talk through the bottom two. When she said like Coco was in your position on All Stars, that was kind of the same for me, where I was waiting and itching, and like episode 7 I got my first win or so it was like don't be so upset, don't be so hard on yourself. And with Michael, it was kind of more impenetrable. I think that Michael kind of gave both Aussie girls his like put on the girls his like demeanor that he could have kept them, could not have kept them. But with Lala, it was interesting because Lala was like very much into like Coco, you're phenomenal, you're a star, blah blah blah. And Floor, you're my frenemy. Really still think I don't deserve to be here. So yeah, we were getting some type of misleading way on which lip sync she could have chosen. But yeah.
Yes. No, yeah, that. And then, of course, the cherry on top of that was just like, I'll give you my earrings if you save me.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this
was like, Michael, I'm in alliance with you. For some reason, Michael's like, if you think so, sure.
No, yeah, this was a difficult, decision for Lala, obviously. I mean, heck, even for Michael, too. So I was like, oh, wow, this is... Who would have thought they would try to like be in this position in a way, because like obviously both conversations with Lala and Michael, they were trying to see like how they were going to try to save each other, all that. So all right, so we get back on stage and we get a lip sync of Devil Made Me Do It by RuPaul.
Yeah. Of all songs, the first time ever, actually, it was only RuPaul lip syncing to the song "Are They Alive?" Last year, I believe. But yeah, it was season 16. So yeah, it was the first time that the girls were actually doing this. And they turned it out actually. They slayed this like basically nothing burger of a song into different directions. I think both approaches worked. Lala was like super dancey, throwing herself on the floor, like making her pussy hot when the temperature was rising, like black magic and hot. So every lyric which referred to any type of that, she would punch it very hard, sometimes with literally throwing her pussy on the ground and like making this like fire burning. And we know this is like a trick as old as time, but sometimes it really works, and in Lala case it really worked, and the judges were ablaze. But judges were also living for Michael, because Michael had this like chunky coat in the beginning, then she threw the cloak away, revealing a very sexy bodysuit, which would have been like very much in place on Kylie's last tour. It was giving very tension vibes, so I wasn't mad in the slightest. And Michael also had a cross, and yeah, in a good way, like she had a crucifix for also the punchy moments, and her face looks mega beautiful with this makeup. So actually, it was neck and neck for me. And there was some moments. There was a moment where I was thinking like Michael is winning when Lala went back to the stage, and Michael was in center stage with the crucifix and like lip syncing every word as if she was Coco Montrese herself. But then
the Coco Montrese mention.
Yeah. But then by the end, they like the very end, they kind of switched a bit when Michael was like leaning a bit from the back on the shoulder. This was also very cool. I mean, they literally worked the stage off. And who would have thought to this song of all like Rue's songs in a million years that they would turn this out so heavily? And when Michelle said by the end of it that Rue would be very proud, like, to watch it, I actually think she meant it, because this was
she did, because
one of the best lip syncs to Rue songs in particular.
Yes, yeah, especially when it comes to like a Versus the World franchise getting a RuPaul song, I was like a little skeptical, but then once the lip sync went on, I was like, oh, we are in for a show, because both Michael and Lala are one of the best lip syncers of the of this cast. So so I had to watch this 3 times to like determine my winner. So first time was obviously like I was trying to watch both perspectives, but I could not like guarantee my winner. So I watched it again, just watching Lala, and then I watched it a third time just to watch Michael. It was still a very hard decision, but I do believe there was one that edged a little bit more over one person, and that ended up being the winner of this lip sync, Lala Ree.
Yeah,
and I am so happy for her. Like Lala, this was like this was her episode to lose, and she did absolute everything to like get that win. And Michael like could not have lost to anyone better, and just like been so happy. Now this gagged everyone.
Yeah.
This elimination. So obviously, which of the bottom queens do you want to get the chop? And then obviously hearing Lala's suspense going into who's she's gonna eliminated, who's going to eliminate, and it was gonna go one way or another. And I thought it was gonna go one certain way. And then Coco gets eliminated.
Yeah, and Lala literally gives the suspense speech saying this, I could have had my revenge from episode 1. And everybody's like, okay, Flo, bye. But then she's like, no, Coco, you're going home. And this was like it's so intense. Vibe was heartbroken in the back. We still don't know what Michael have chosen. And mind you, Michael already has chosen Floor's lipstick once in the episode 1, and she won that lip sync. But then it was a non-elimination episode by Michelle's decision. So who knows? There will be another gag if Michael actually chose Floor again. But we shall see. We shall see next week. But yeah, Coco was everybody's sweetheart. Everybody was hugging her. And I mean, I get Lala's decision from track record point of view, but I mean, Coco should be so proud of herself. Like finally having her flowers at the Snatch game, finally giving her first like top positions ever. Already going so further on the season than on Down Under season 1 on her original. So I mean, I think Coco will have plenty of fans afterwards. And yeah, I think it was very sweet. And when she went to the workroom, having hugged everybody, she said that like vibe win the season for us, like for flatmates, roomies, sissies. Yeah. And you can really see how much they cared for each other during this elimination.
No, yeah. Like I was again so gagged when this all happened. And then obviously like for crying for that long, committing I wouldn't say she was committing to the bit. I was just more so just like, wow, this must have been a hard hit like elimination, not just for Coco, but for the entire cast. Like this was like, I mean, this was a gut punch to me too, because I love Coco dearly. I mean, again, that's how the game was played, and I don't fault Lala for that. So I can't really like blame her for her decision. So, but like that suspense going from like she was about to eliminate Floor, and then hearing Coco's name, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Gag. So we'll see. We'll see how the aftermath of it for next week. And
thank you, producers, for not cutting. Just before we go to the next week. Thank you, producers, for not cutting this like Lala's thought process, because that was really such a great gag. Because last week, as we learned from Simon, they actually cut the almost the same red herring like false line from Miss Jade So when she said, "The person I chose knows English so well. She's so proficient with the language." And everybody was thinking she was gonna say vibe in the back of the stage, and she was like Estrella. But unfortunately, editors cut it for some reason. So, and I'm so glad that this week we've got like this like emotional roller coaster, basically.
Yeah, it was a really emotional roller coaster. So, all right, next week we have an acting challenge.
Yeah,
it's the House of Horrors and a trilogy of terror, and we're getting Lawrence Cheney.
Yeah, Lawrence Cheney on the panel in pairs. We already saw that Miss Jade and Michael are going to be one of the pairs. We don't know.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it can go absolutely either way, but I'm really hoping it's going to be a smash one, because we already had historically. Speaking of Michael, by the way, top 6 pair in pairs acting challenge, which was so good on All Stars 2 and on UK 5. Where Michael was in the bottom by default, because even their pair was great. It was just so neck and neck. So we shall see how it turns out, especially with horror theme. I think that this cast can deliver something really.
Also, whatever preview we got and that makeup, I'm just like, oh, I am ready. So.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah. All right. So thank you so much for watching this recap of Down Under vs. World episode 5. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Please remember to get your merch on the way out. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe, all that stuff. And we're gonna get on out of here. So cheers.
Bye.
Bye.